Hey guys, it's me Andrew with Great Days. Today's video is Love is the Way, and we're gonna be going through a 10 to 15 minute video of basically describing or poetically and swiftly giving insight into what is love and how it came to be, and as well as why is it necessary for all of existence. First, we can start with what is love. Love is pretty much a unionizing of myself with something other than myself, and during the unionizing process there is a certain series of phases, or there's even an emotional momentum, an energetically charged action taking place from within you. This is what love is. It's a driving energy, it's a passionate energy, it's a creative energy. It's something that unstiffens you. Unless you're going through death, then it stiffens you. Rigor mortis. Let me see. It is said that love is a chemical reaction in the brain or in the body's physical biological structure. So love is basically scientifically a reaction of firing chemicals going off in the brain and other parts of the body, and the result is a secretion of a certain chemical that we can say with a few other chemicals is the end reaction to a rippling vibration of what we call as the emotion love. Basically, it's just, this is like the gray, dulled version of it. It's just chemical firings like serotonin, dopamine, melanin, different vitamins, all working together to produce a pleasant, joyful experience. And we can say this is love. But what really is love is something that can be insightfully, or not even insightfully, outsightfully brought into fluctuation to have you fall into a chasm of unending imagination with no floor to hit. Unending chasms of imagination would pretty much be the sum of what love is in a metaphorical, poetic sense of describing it or painting it. Really, what I'm doing, it's really dull when it's expected from something. Basically, when you get your love from expecting something, it seems to be always dulled. Like, I know this is one of the main regions of life where love is brought up inside you, but I think it's better to just allow the flow of love to be sprouted and then blossom within you without having to really attach yourself to anything. It makes much of an easier process to be had, to be experienced, really. Yeah, love doesn't even have to be something that comes from humans. Love can be a tree that is inwardly driving itself to keep blossoming even through detrimental experiences or situations. Trees are lovely. They're like the most intelligent beings that manifested themselves on the planet, and they are found with all throughout the universe. In fact, plant life is a phenomenon in its own. They're very intelligent beings. We can even go further than trees, saying and comparing human love with tree love. Basically, a tree's love would be, how do trees mate? They can mate with themselves, or they can mate with another. They can be spliced together by a human, and a whole new genetically modified sproutling will come, a whole new tree. But that's kind of alchemically tabooed here in this culture, and it is kind of weird when you think about it. But how do trees really mate? I guess they would just generate seeds from their fruits or their pollen or something, and then that seed, like semen, would basically find its way to the fertile ground in any way that it can. Really, it uses everything, because trees aren't really too judgmental or prejudiced about where and how they plant their seeds for the reproduction process. They use everything, and it's so miraculous whenever you actually speculate this or observe. Love has everyone completely out of their mind half the time, and the other half the time is in their mind, thinking about something they love, most probably trying to attain through a thought process something they love. So we're always, if you think about it, on the tail end of something you love, or if not on the tail end, already attained in love, and it's a beautiful state of being. There's a lot of sorry, but we're bringing in more consciousness slowly as it goes. Yeah, a lot of consciousness is going to be generated by this channel, because I have a lot of content that I've stirred up and gradually sifted up from different regions of the earth. It's the higher consciousness basically trying to get me to finally manifest my higher purpose, and how to help the globe with the knowledges that I have attained for years now. I have been cultivating inward knowledges that I have not shared with anybody, and I think it's not fair. So we're bringing it to a YouTube channel that I am going to be cultivating with consistency, for one, and I know there's a lack of completely rich editing and such, and equipment, and even atmosphere, but for now, raw footage is the way to go. I'm never even really going to be there cutting anyway, because that kind of conditions the mind to be like your mind will be skipping whenever you're watching a video that has cuts in it. So we're going to go with raw footage. That way your mind on this channel will be conditioned to bring about some fluidity in your viewing. It's a way better way, in my opinion. Okay, so I got a short little poem that I'm gonna read, that I literally just wrote. I like it. This is a great occupying space for my creativity, for one. Because other than this, I'd probably just be writing. I'd probably just be meditating, like I said, doing not nothing, but kind of just being around. Which is a absolute necessity for love. Love is actually a necessity, because like I said, without love there really wouldn't be no passionate momentum to life. Love is an energetical force that everything is going on. It's what's driving literally everything. Like the sprouting of a tree is being driven by the same or similar functions that are taking place within the human, and allowing it to keep its growing process in equilibrium and out of balance also, because it goes out of the two. It's like symmetrical and non-symmetrical. However, love is a necessity because it is the electrical force that keeps the entire earth revolving. This is a truth. You can take my word for that. So, love is the way. Love is the force driving the flip of a coin. Above comes the source, reflect and flickering. The light coincides with the dark. Like on that faithful night, the union of two hearts, bringing together self and other to love another, is the way of being. Love forever, interconnect the scene. Love is the force driving the flip of a coin. Above comes the source, reflect and flickering. The light coincides with the dark. Like on that faithful night, the union of two hearts, bringing together self and other to love another, is the way of being. Love forever, interconnected scene. I literally just wrote that. Thank you for listening. If there was anybody listening, I'm sure there will be one, two, and that's okay with me, as long as somebody heard it, because it's usually just me being and indulging in the love that I can grant. Yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody is a little more filled with love after this video. I'm sure you are on some level. Don't let your chaos and your conditioning of the mind take over, because that's a veil that literally just keeps you stuck in one-dimensional or two-dimensional consciousness really isn't nothing to be had of when in deep meditation or deep involvement with life, aka when in deep love for life, with life, the unionizing, the dance that you're having with yourself is really the love, the driving energy, the awareness, the dimensions of awareness, the structures of the mental bodies. Everything is driven by love, an inward blossoming. And once you get deep enough in an inward actualization, or a identity revolving around being inwardly conscious and living within that, chaos is just a flip part of order. Order and disorder. Chaos is disorder. Order is a structured path. They're one and the same. They're both a necessity to allowing the Tao to flow. Your brain is actually even double hemisphered, and one hemisphere of the brain, the right, is all about creativity, music, seeing from the perspective of the whole, subjective experiencing, egoless, basically. This is order. And the left hemisphere of the brain is logic, math, like the very, not dull, but it's what our society usually uses, the left side of the brain. It's what grants us the experiencing of the ego, individuality, objective reality. This is chaos. Or maybe the left is order and the right is chaos. But either way, they're both needed. So, yeah, keep on loving chaotically, but don't let it overtake you to the point where you're in some trap psychologically, because we all have a problem with that nowadays. But yeah, you don't need to be stuck in no trap. Traps really do not exist. Thank you though for your times. Thank you for uplifting yourself. You can breathe now. You can please continue that, because you need breath for life, mindfulness, and remember to love yourself. Thank you.